And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Howdy folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Aquatica, which is an amusement park for SeaWorld in Florida. But this is a board game, has nothing to do with each other. Aquatica from Cosmodrome Games, they're the folks who made Smartphone last year, is a game that takes you under your kingdom under the water. It's a little bit similar to the theme of Abyss, a board game that came out several years ago, but I mean it has a really cool looking cover. I mean, take a look at that. Here you are, look at that ship, but look what's underneath the water. That's you. Look at that giant beast. Really cool artwork, and it's a cool theme. This is a game in which your mechanism is you have a hand of cards. You play cards until you pick them back up and play them again. That's kind of the whole gist of the game. A little bit more than that. Take a look. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to get a player board along with 4 manta rays, and they're also going to have 6 character cards that will match their color and symbol, as well as players will be either drafting or get randomly one of these extra characters. So let's say I get Mara the Shady, and you're going to start with 7 cards in your hand. Each person will have kind of an asymmetrical start. On your turn, you are going to play a card, discarding it here, and take the action, as well as taking free actions. So what are these actions? Well, first of all, we want to take a look at there's many different locations on the board here. Each of these locations can be conquered, there's a conquering cost over it, or can be bought. One of the cards that you play says, for example, gain a coin and buy a location. So I kind of have a virtual coin and I can buy a location. You see that most of these locations are too expensive. However, happily at the end here, I see that this one has a cost of 1 coin. So I'm going to take this card and put it in front of me. When you take a card, you're going to put it into one of these slots and slide it up so it shows if there is a bonus on the side. In this case, there is one, all the way up to that spot. Now, remember I said you have some bonus actions. You can flip over a manta if it helps you. So, for example, this manta here would have given me a coin. So I could have flipped that one over to have bought this card instead, so it would have cost 2 coins. So I could have then slid this one up instead. And it's possible you can do these over multiple turns as you put these in. Not only that, you can slide up a card to take whatever bonus is here. So I mentioned that you can gain a coin and buy a location. You can also gain 3 attack and conquer a location. So maybe if I played this card, gain 3 attack and conquer a location, I could then push this card up for an extra attack. Now I have 4 attack. Push this one up for 5, 6 attack. Then turn over this one here, which gives me a bonus of 7, or turn this one over, which gives me a bonus of 2 against that type of land. So I'll do that, giving me a total of 8, and now I can conquer this card that has an 8. And this one has a whole bunch of bonuses on the side, including some coins. So in the future, I could spend this to get 2 extra coins. Now, problematically, some of these locations have empty spots in them. Those are going to be a little harder to push up. However, characters have a card that lets them just push cards up. So this will let me push up 2 cards. So 1, 2, I don't get the 3 coins, but at least I was able to push that up. Maybe I would push that one up 1 and this one up. Now, why do you want to push these cards up? Well, using these push things is the only way to get past these. You can always use the side bonuses, whatever they may be. But the only way to get past an empty spot is to push it up. But when you get a card all the way to the top, there's a couple things. First of all, some of these, like for example this one here, give you a bonus manta. This gives me another manta. This one's a plus 2 coins. That's better than my original manta. Also, when you play any card that allows you to score a card, this lets me score 2 cards, I can take any card that is pushed all the way up and place it into my score pile. Each card that you have is going to be worth a certain number of points. You can see this one here, for example, is worth 5 points. So maybe I want to score 5 and 8 points. Cards that are here don't get you any points. You have to score them to get points at the end of the game. Locations that are taken are not replaced, but you have a card that lets you scout. You can scout, then gain 1 attack and conquer a location. When you scout, there has to be 4 less locations. They will move up here. If there's any locations there, they are discarded. And then new locations will be drawn from the pile. So also you'll notice that as the cards up here at the top are now -1 to attack. They're a little easier to attack. the final action that players have on their turn, or actually the second final action that players have, is they can buy new cards. So you're able to recruit a character. You have a card that lets you do that. And you can always take this one here for free. So maybe I'll take Turtle the Treasure. This lets me push one of my characters, one of my locations all the way to the top, and then all players can score one. But if I get a coin somehow, maybe I can use this one. This one lets me pay a coin to play any character from my discard pile. That's nice. This one here lets me conquer 2 locations. This one lets me gain a coin and recruit a character or buy a location, kind of a versatile card. This one lets me scout and then gain 2 and buy a location. Now you're going to be doing all that, but you're going to be running out of cards, so your final action then would be to play this one, which will give you all your characters back, unflip all your mantas. This character can't be discarded. So this basically lets you pick up all your cards and play them again. You'll be getting more cards, and like I said, each person has a special card that's different. So for example, I took Mara the Shady. She lets me conquer a shipwreck location for free. It's a pretty cool thing, and it's something that only I can do. Now, at the top of the board, you'll notice that there are some things to score. There's some printed on the board, but you can also replace them with different scoring possibilities. And if you ever meet one of these scoring possibilities, so for example, this one here says I've scored 3 cards. The first person to do that will discard one of their mantas there, so you lose the manta, but you're going to score that many points at the end of the game. The game's going to end when one of the decks runs out, and so when that happens, you're going to add up the points that you have gotten for your mantas. You can have 1 manta on each of these tracks, plus the points that you've scored from locations, plus you get a point for every character card that's in your hand at the time. Whoever has the most points is the winner. It's a pretty cool insert that comes with this game. Spots for the cards, and then this whole manta thing here. Looks like this should be sold at SeaWorld. But the mantas themselves, they're 3-dimensional little plastic tokens. Really cool. My only complaint about them would be that while the orange, the green, and the light blue are pretty easy to see, the neutral purple mantas are a little hard to read at times. Not a big deal, but I wish they could have been inked better. I don't really know a way to fix that. The artwork on the characters is pretty good, but the artwork on the locations, I think this stuff is phenomenal. It looks really cool. I'm really happy with how these look. There's a lot of symbols on the cards, but they're not that complex. You know, push one up all the way to the top, get a character back into your hand, score a card. Once you understand them, they're pretty easy. And the game is going to play through pretty quickly. It comes with a scoring pad to keep score at the end. And then, of course, you have these boards here where you'll have the cards that slide up like that, and it works pretty well. And they stop at the top. They won't slide all the way through. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the production here. I'll be straight up with you. The mechanism of playing cards and then picking them up is one of my favorite mechanisms. I adore it. And a lot of people might recognize it. It's been in recent games like Concordia, but it's been around for a while. Mission Red Planet did it. Other games do it, and I love it. I love the idea of playing a card, using an action, and then deciding when to play a card to pick them up in your hand. Even better yet, this game lets you buy more cards that do better things, and so you're trying to make these cool combos. And that's what happens in Aquatica. Your combos get better. I'll be like, I'll play this card, do this. Pretty soon you're going, I play this card, flip these mantas, buy this, take this, slide this up, do this, slide that up, move this, score, boom, next. That's awesome. The mantas are cool. The whole sea theme, the whole board is awash in the aquatic world. I like that. The theming, while the theming isn't super strong, I mean the water and the thing, it just looks really cool. The mantas are neat plastic pieces, and the whole thing is just really snappy. Gonna conquer lands, gonna do them, and it's just this nice combination. It's an engine building game that moves very quickly. It's also, you know, you can have different scoring things you're going to do. The cards are going to come up in different ways. You start off slightly asymmetrical with a different card each, which you can draft. I recommend that. It's not hard. And it's just fun. This is, so far, and granted, I still have hundreds of games to play, but the best game I played from the Essen Spiel. It is absolutely fast. I mean, it's 45 minutes to an hour, which is not really long. It plays quickly. It scales well. And I'm sitting there the whole time thinking about my turn. Take my turn. Everyone else is going, oh, it's my turn again? Cool. I love things like that. And I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this. If you like the idea of, if you played Concordia, and you thought the card management was awesome, that's all this game is. Now, granted, some people might be looking for a bigger game. You know, they might say, that's it? Just the cards, playing the cards, picking cards up. But I think there's more to it than that. I think the sliding the cards up to get bonuses, that's a new thing I haven't seen in the game before, and it works really well here. So that's new. But yes, that is all it is. It's playing cards, picking up cards, playing cards, picking cards, flipping mantas. But it's done so in such an elegant, smooth style that I'm pretty happy with it. Really loving this game, Aquatica. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.